You want to know the real secret that makes her chase you like a shadow in the moonlight. It's not about grand gestures, or whispered promises, or even expensive gifts. It's a silent, almost invisible shift within you. A transformation so profound it doesn't just change how she sees you, it rewrites the entire narrative of your relationship. Most men spend their lives trying to get a woman to stay, to understand, to care. They chase, they beg, they plead. But what if I told you that all of that effort, all of that emotional labor, is actually pushing her away? What if the key to unlocking her deepest desire for you lies in a radical act of self-preservation? An act so powerful, so magnetically attractive, it turns the tables completely. She will not just notice, she will feel it in her bones. She will be forced to confront a truth she desperately wanted to ignore. The man she thought she had on a leash has suddenly become an untamed force. And that, my friend, is where her obsession begins. First, let's talk about the invisible tether. For too long, you've been connected by an invisible tether where she holds the slack and you tug endlessly. Every text you sent after a delayed reply, every explanation you offered for her coldness, every late-night call after she ghosted you, these were not acts of love, they were acts of compliance. You were training her to expect your endless pursuit, to take your unwavering effort for granted. She believed she owned your emotional real estate. But the moment you snap that tether, not with anger, but with a quiet, resolute detachment, her world tilts. Her internal GPS, which was always set to you chasing me, suddenly loses its signal. The shock isn't just confusing, it's a primal fear. She doesn't fear distance, she fears the unknown. And the moment she doesn't know your next move, she loses her perceived power. Next, understand the power vacuum you create. Her entire dynamic with you was built on your reactions. Your frustration was her entertainment. Your anger was her proof that she mattered. Your explanations were her validation. When you remove your reactions, you don't just take away her fuel. You create an emotional vacuum. She tests it, naturally. She'll throw out a bait-laden text, a passive-aggressive comment, or a prolonged silence. But if you meet her provocations with a serene indifference, a tranquil unbotheredness, she'll find nothing to feed on. Her drama falls flat. Her manipulation attempts bounce off you like pebbles against a fortress. And in that hollow space, she begins to feel a profound sense of loss. The fire she once used to ignite you has no oxygen, and it quietly smolders into ash. This isn't about being cold, it's about being untouchable. Then there's the uncomfortable mirror. Your silence isn't empty, it's reflective. When you stop chasing, stop explaining, stop engaging in the same old dance, she's left with no one to blame but herself. The narrative she constructed, where you were the problem, collapses. She's forced to look inward, to see her own actions and their consequences without your constant distractions. She'll remember the nights you poured your heart out while she scrolled through her phone. She'll recall the times you prioritized her, only to be met with indifference. And as the truth of her own behavior stares back at her, regret begins to bloom, thorny and sharp. There's no longer a convenient scapegoat, no one to absorb her emotional wreckage. Just her, alone, with the stark, unvarnished truth of what she dismissed. Fourth, you unleash your ultimate weapon, freedom. She always assumed that losing her meant losing your happiness, your stability, your very identity. She believed she was indispensable. But when you step back, you don't fall apart. Instead, you begin to breathe again. You rediscover hobbies, reconnect with friends, invest in your passions, and remember the man you were before her influence. The man who laughs freely, who sleeps soundly, who pursues his goals with renewed vigor. This version of you, unburdened and truly free, is a terrifying revelation for her. She suddenly realizes that her grip on your well-being was an illusion. You don't need her validation. You don't need her attention. You don't need her. And that raw, unadulterated freedom is the most potent attraction you could ever possess. It's a statement. My peace is not negotiable, and my happiness is not dependent on you. Consider the vibrational shift she feels. Your change isn't just behavioral, it's energetic. When you stop pouring your life force into a relationship that doesn't reciprocate, that energy redirects. It flows back into you. You walk taller, speak with more conviction, your eyes regain their spark. This isn't an act, it's an authentic rejuvenation. Women are incredibly sensitive to energy. When they sense yours has shifted from a desperate yearning for her to a powerful self-actualization, it creates a void within her. She believed she was the sun around which your world revolved. Now she realizes she was merely a passing cloud, and the knowledge that you are actively writing a fulfilling new chapter without her, powered by your own energy, shakes her core. The harsh truth she can't avoid. She never had power over you, only access to you. Your time, your affection, your patience. These were privileges she took for granted. The moment you revoke that access, not out of malice, but out of a profound sense of self-worth, she finally understands the true cost of her actions. Power is only real if you give it away, and when you choose your own peace over her chaotic games, she's left with the brutal, undeniable reality. She never owned you, she merely borrowed your good graces, and the lease has expired. The realization that she couldn't control you, only temporarily influence you, is far more devastating than any angry outburst. This brings us to the memory that becomes her tormentor. When you truly stop chasing, you become a ghost that haunts her waking thoughts. She replayed every moment you went above and beyond for her, every compromise you made, every forgiveness you offered, and then, she'll remember the silence, that deafening, serene calm that followed your departure. It will speak volumes louder than any argument ever could. That memory will reside rent-free in her mind, a constant reminder of the devoted man she discarded. Because once a woman realizes the man who genuinely cared, the man who was willing to move mountains, has finally decided to move on without her, she can never truly forget him. His absence becomes a monument to her misjudgment. Finally, the inevitable blow, seeing you thrive. This isn't about staged social media posts or performative happiness. It's about authentic joy. She see you're genuinely happy, building a better life, excelling in your career, laughing with friends, radiating a peace she never brought you. She witnessed you transform into the man you were always meant to be, unencumbered by her negativity. And that sight, your genuine glow, your undeniable progress, will hit her with the full force of what she truly lost. It wasn't just you. It was the version of you who would have given her everything. And that specific loss, the loss of your devotion and potential, will weigh heavier on her soul than any breakup ever could. The ultimate, inescapable lesson for her isn't that you stopped loving her, it's that you stopped needing her. Because once a man finds his peace, once he reclaims his self-worth, he will never again trade it for chaos, for games, for an unfulfilling connection. She thought she had an endless supply of your patience, an open door to return whenever she pleased. But she learns, with chilling clarity, that she didn't lose a man who depended on her. She lost a man who chose her. And when a man learns to choose himself first, no woman can truly control him ever again. That profound truth doesn't just sting, it utterly shatters her illusion of control. Brother, this journey isn't about vengeance. It's not about making her jealous or orchestrating a reaction. This is about something far more sacred, your unwavering peace, your unshakable self-respect, your ultimate freedom. When you halt the explanations, when you cease the overgiving, when you withdraw your precious energy from someone who consistently undervalued it, you don't merely walk away, you transcend, you elevate, and that rise, that powerful ascent into your authentic self, is a spectacle she will never, ever forget. She might regret, she might remember, she might even try to claw her way back into your orbit. But you will have already made the most crucial choice of all, choosing the one person who truly matters most, choosing yourself. That isn't just power. That is profound, unassailable peace. If you're ready to stop being the giver and start being the prize, if you're ready to reclaim your power and become the man she can't forget, then subscribe to this channel now. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video, where we reveal the 3 subtle texts that instantly shift her perception of you. Your journey to magnetic self-mastery begins today. Don't wait. Empower yourself.